Okay, so what we have here is probably one of the simplest and of all bushcraft pot hangers, and it also gives probably the most adjustability of any, I'd say. And basically, if you can see this stick that is running down there over the top of this log here, and then stuck in the ground underneath this big long birch log, that's the pot hanger. And at this end here, all you do is you put your billy can on it like that. Okay, and then that, if you see this big log here, to raise and lower it, all you have to do is roll this big log backwards and forwards, just like that. Just place that in place. So from that you can actually get really good adjustability, and this can then be easily modified to accept this stick that we made just before. I've already changed this slightly. What I've done is just at the end, all I've done is just flattened it off and put just a little groove in there, so that this can rest on there. And then also what we do is just underneath we will push. Oh God. Just a forked stick that it will rest on. Just like that, and then what have I done with it now? Okay. So then we can hang that over there. Now, that bottom bit there where it's hanging would need just a little bit more work. Just needs trimming. If I zoom in, you might be able to see. That bottom bit just needs trimming off, and then the billy can will then hang straight. And that's another way to suspend a pot over the fire. And these are the two I use most often when I'm out. Okay, so another way of hanging a pot over a fire is by making something called a withy. Now, if you can see, I've got a stick there with a hook on the bottom, and then up there's just a strange mess, and it goes around a bar. Now, what a withy is it's a part of a branch. Actually, I'll tell you about it in a minute. So all we do is we go up, wrap it around the log. Now you don't have to do, you can make it up first and then just feed it over the log, which is what I did. All we've done is we've wrapped it round the stick a couple of times, then wrapped it up, and then just threw itself, just so it's nice and strong and it's not going to come undone. Okay. Okay, so a withy, which I just said I'll tell you about, is basically a branch of a bush or a tree that's still alive. And sorry about this. Sorry about that. It's still alive. And what you do is, if on that branch, it only needs to be thin, maybe thick as your thumb, thinner even. And what you do is near the base where it joins the tree, if it's still thin, or where it joins a bigger branch, or if just before that there is a fork coming off it, just like this one. Oh, go. Just like this one here. This was joined to another one just here, so round here it was joined on to the bigger branch, and that's what I looked for. I looked for this, and then starting from around this end of the branch, if you just forget about this bit here now and pretend this is still attached to a tree, then what you do is you twist it until you hear a click, and then you carry on twisting it all the way until you get to the end of the branch. And then when you get to the end of the branch, which is what this bit is here, this knotted bit, you then need to make sort of like a crank. If you see what I mean, just try and show you now something. What can I use? Okay, so basically, once you get to the end of the branch, say this is the end of the branch, you bend it like that, so that it's like the shape of a crank handle, and then what you do is you twist it, and then you twist the whole branch like that, working your way down, and then once you get to the end, or where you originally started from, it's all softened up then. It's really soft, and it's really pliable, and you can do that with it. Now, I haven't done this one very well. It's still stiff here and a bit stiff here, but when you do it properly, it's all really soft and pliable, like this bit was here at the end of it. And then when I got to the end, I just like wrapped it around on itself, and that's basically what a withy is. Now, a withy can be used for anything really, anything you need really strong cordage with not much flexibility. So let's say you're building a raft and you need something to lash together, but you can use a withy. Or if you collect a long one, then what you can do, you can have a tripod over the fire, so 3 sticks, and then tie the top bit with a withy, and then have the withy hanging down with a little fork stick on the little fork bit on the end, which hangs over the fire. And also that's good because you've got a tripod. If you then widen the base, then it lowers it down, and if you bring the base together, it highs it up, so you get a pretty good adjustability from that as well. So without doing it, that's another way of suspending a pot over a fire, is using a withy and a tripod. So thanks for joining me on this video. Oh, one more thing just before I go. I'm going to put a video up very soon on making withies and various other things that you can tend to use when you're outside, when you're outdoors, as opposed to always bringing string or, you know, man-made things with you. So it took 2 minutes to make this, and it's really strong. You're not going to snap that very easily. So I'm going to have a video on making stuff like this, and having this sort of knowledge, it just sort of means that you're taking less stuff out into the woods with you, less stuff that you're going to leave behind and forget. So yeah, I'll have another video up soon. So thanks for joining me on this video. I'm Chris Dalton from PignutBushcraft, and I do read every comment that goes up on my channel, so feel free to comment. And also I've got a Facebook page called PignutBushcraft, and on that you can upload your own images and videos of what you've done yourselves. There's discussion boards and stuff like that, so head over to there and just have a look about. There's not many people joined it yet, so Be one of the first to join. Yeah, and that's PignutBushcraft on Facebook. So thanks very much. I'm Chris Dalton, and I'll see you on my next video. Ah, there it is.